Hello my darlings and welcome. Hello everybody. Welcome to a live stream where we are going to be making a little shrine to the Greek god Apollo. And here is the statue we're going to be using. Here he is with his lyre. How is everybody doing today? Hello to Wendy, and Ruth is here. Hello Ruth. Helpful Natural is here. Julie is here. Hi Julie. Lying down with a headache, so I'll listen for a bit. Okay, we'll try to be calm and chill for you. The Quiet Witch is home says I'm never usually home when lives happen. I'm so excited. Well, we're happy to have you here. Whoop. Sorry, Julie. Okay, so this is our box. I painted it all yellow. It's still a little damp, so you might hear a fan in the background. I'm just drying the paint as we go. Ruth says, I hope Amy's gentle voice soothes your headaches. And we'll give it a try. We have a little bit of brown here. My brown is all dried up. But that's okay. Kind of dampen our situation here. So I thought what I might do is put a little bit of brown on a sponge and add it to our yellow and kind of make a little bit of an ombre if I can in the corners. Not sure if that's working. Maybe I'll need a brush for that. Just to kind of darken our corners up to give it a little bit of contrast. Otherwise it's just going to be yellow, 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 yellow. Sorry, I was just a couple minutes late on the stream. I wanted to make a cup of coffee. It took me a few extra minutes. Who else did I miss? Heather Smith is here. Ruth is here. Helpful Natural. Did I say hi to everybody? There's a lot of different things that we could do with this shrine. I've been trying to kind of look up some things about Apollo, and boy, he's the everything of everything sometimes. I know that, you know, like kind of in the later times, he was mostly like a sun deity, light and sun. But before that, there's a lot of other things, music and prophecy, and kind of almost a moral defender or punisher of the wicked. He would use his silver bow to punish anybody he felt wasn't acting right. And then there's so many myths with him involved, and so many stories. So it was kind of hard to pick a focus. So I'm picking the music, the lyre, the silver bow, and the sun. You got to narrow it down to a few things. He's also the protector of the flocks and the herds, which would have been really important in the ancient times. And that's how people determined wealth and how they ate. So we'll let this dry a little bit, and then we'll add some more yellow to brighten it back up. We've got our kind of darkened corners here. Not sure if that shows on the camera as well as I wish it would. I'm talking in the chat about weather. Let me zoom back up here and see what people are saying. More snow, where will you put it? That's about the size of it. All right, I think we've got something that we need to let dry here. So while the center is drying, I think I'm going to work on the sides. You do all this work and then you wonder, did I even really need to do that? Okay, let that dry. So on this side, I think I am going to put a lyre. We're going to do kind of a stylized version, so it's going to be tall and thin, so it kind of looks good on this. Helpful says, I can't stay long tonight. We're going out for dinner. We want to beat the snow coming later. I hope you have a good dinner. The Quiet Witch's Home says, stay warm. I hope you beat the snow. It's a beautiful summer day here in Queensland, Australia. Welcome, welcome from Australia. Heather says, we're expecting a Georgia blizzard tonight as well. A Georgia blizzard is a 1/4 inch of slush and all the schools close. Wow. Heather says, I will admit I get a lot of my knowledge of deities from Percy Jackson. Hopeful says it's going to be -40-degree wind chills with actual temps of -5 or -10. Oof, that wind chill, man. That gets ya. We have we've had temperatures of, it got to be on Sunday 84 here. It felt like a summer's day. We went out to brunch after picking up a friend from the airport, and we got to sit out on the patio, and we actually had to ask them to close the blinds because I was getting a sunburn on one side of my arm. Oh, the difference between San Diego and every other place just seems crazy. Okay, so working on a lyre, I have a little drawing here that I kind of came up with to make a lyre kind of tall and skinny. So let's see if I can do it. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. Ruth says 84 sounds lovely to me. Oh, it was a lovely day. And my friend was coming from Colorado. So it was very nice for him to not be in those temperatures. So this will all be painted over, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of getting a little sketchy sketch going here. So that has to be interesting to be coming from someplace that's so cold and then to just touch down and immediately go to brunch on a patio. I was thinking of making a little sunflower here, but I don't know, I have enough yellow, I guess. Something like that. We have kind of a higher homeless population here too because of the nice weather. So happy that people come here to get out of the freezing cold. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do this lyre starting out with gold. I think I might have to also fill this in with a little acrylic paint as well, because this gold doesn't look very gold to me. It kind of looks gray gold. Maybe because it's next to the yellow. We're going to do a golden lyre on this side and then a silver bow on the other side. Hopeful says, gotta run out for dinner now. It looks great. Have a great dinner. The Quiet Witch's Home says, how do you come up with so many inspiring creative ideas, and how do you organize your creative thoughts? Oh my goodness. I could tell you, the truth is, I commit to doing 3 live streams a month. And I like to be the type of person who doesn't cancel, if at all possible. So that people who've scheduled their time to come and hang out with me know that I'm going to be here pretty much. So when it comes down to making a shrine, I have to just sit down and think about the color schemes. I have to think about the sacred symbols. That gold just doesn't look gold. I'm going to try this gold. It's a little bit more orangey, but I'm going to go for it. And because I've committed to coming on here for a live stream one way or another, if I just have to do it. I don't have a plan. I just do it. And I'm happy to say that I make it up as I go along. I was going to try, I'll tell you what I was going to try. This is probably admitting a little too much, but here we go. My plan was to try to draw on one side of the shrine Apollo fighting the Python for the Oracle of Delphi. And then I was going to try and do the Oracle on her chair on the other side of the shrine. And I realized that that was way too ambitious to try to do some freehand pictures of dragons and ladies. So I decided to, at the last second, calm it down and do a lyre and a bow. There was also some thinking about maybe somehow doing a sun chariot in the background. And I also realized I don't really know how to paint a horse. So doing this live really informs my decisions on how easy I need to make it on myself. Obviously, we are all Amy's collective muse. I love that. And that's the other thing I do to get creative ideas is I say, well, what do you guys think? What color should this be? Or what should we put here? And then I just go with what you guys say. That's why I always laugh when people on my videos say that I'm an AI channel and that my voice sounds like I'm just an AI person. And I always comment back, if you don't think I'm real, come to my live streams. I'm a real person, I promise. But I've been getting a lot of comments lately that my voice sounds like AI. Now the channel is 7 years old and my voice has not changed. But now that AI is such a common thing, now people think that my voice is AI. So I actually decided last week to, there's a way for creators to block certain words from being in their comments. And I finally decided I'd heard it enough and that the word AI is now blocked in my comments. So people won't say that. Or if they do, I won't see it. Okay, we're gonna let this dry and then get the details on there. We can do a shrine to my live stream audience. Dalamita 505, hello. Get my fan in here to dry my paint. Did I miss anybody else? Jedzia is here, hello. You and the Hearth Witch go live on the same day. She usually finishes up about the time you start. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I am so impressed by her live streams. I usually don't catch them live, but I do watch them back later, and she's able to just speak on a topic seemingly off the top of her head for an hour. Your voice has always been relaxing. Thank you so much. Horses and hands are hard. Yes, Heather, for sure. Ruth says, I hopped from the other one too. That's cool. I didn't know that she went live on the same day. So here's our little guy. And we're going to put him in here to kind of figure out what our situation is. And then I have this rhinestone. I found this one really cool rhinestone in my stash. So I'm going to put that behind his head. Okay, so we now know where that goes. Okay, we've got a general idea of kind of, I want to do some little, I made some very light lines here to indicate kind of where my sun rays are going to go. I have a relaxing voice that is very real. Thank you very much. Okay. I wish I had Hearth's energy. Yes, I agree. Julie says she is still young. Okay, trying to stir this paint up. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get this other yellow because this yellow is like kind of thin. Ruth says, even when I was young, I never had Hearth's kind of spark. Yeah, she definitely has a lot of charisma. All right, let's see. I think this paint is a little thicker. Let's see if I can... You know, one of the other things I love about Hearth is that she, a lot of times I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but witchy content creators, they seem to come and go. There's not a lot of witchy content creators that last for as long as she has. And there's just one thing I really love about certain YouTubers, and it's their consistency. I decided to go all yellow so that way they would all layer up together. So I wanted to do this really light yellow, and then the sunflower yellow, and then gold. Even the brown that I tried to like darken the corners with was kind of a yellowy brown. I've just started to really like and lean into the monochromatic shrines. I think I like them better. They feel like they're not trying too hard, and they feel like they're always cohesive. It's just an easy way to make them cohesive. I was just looking at some of the shrines I did in 2023 or 2022, whenever I had originally started to do shrines. And the ones that I liked the most, or the ones that I kept for myself, were always the ones that were a little bit more monochromatic. So trying to lean into that a little bit. Just picking either monochromatic or trying to pick 3 or 4 signature colors and just stick with it. So this is what we're working with. Now we do have a few Scarlet Nymph paints here, and I was thinking maybe to try and use this this really shiny gold one to kind of make rays. But I don't think I'm going to dig into it. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use glitter, Mega Glitter Mod Podge to just go over these yellows. But I do want to remind you that the Scarlet Nymph paint palettes are on sale, and there's a link in the description. So if anybody needs any glitter watercolors, some deities require more color than others. Yes. Yes, I think Hera, with all the peacock colors, the teals, purples, blues. Probably, like you say, Iris for sure. And what about, let's see, Gaia probably. You could easily stick with browns and greens for her, but you might want to go with some flowers. Never know. Oh, I think this is going to be really pretty. You can already see the sparkles, and it's not even dry yet. All right, let's see if that can dry. Everything looks like a sunflower to me. Rose says, oh, I never noticed the bird on the paints. This, I believe, was a paint palette for the goddess, I'm going to say the Morrigan. Because we did a whole series of paint palettes one year for 12 different goddesses. And I believe this one might have been the Morrigan. So they had different imprints on them for different goddesses. I believe this one was a sun imprint because it was Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun. I'm not sure if I'm remembering them exactly correctly. We also did palettes for different Sabbats, so this also may have been Samhain, the year before we did palettes for different Sabbats. So this might have been the Samhain palette. I'm not remembering because it was too many years ago. But there's a link in the description below. They just changed from Etsy to a big cartel shop, so their shop's all new. I'll zoom out just a little bit. So while that dries, and this is dry, we're going to do a silver bow on this side. Oh, first I needed to paint this yellow because I forgot to do that. This is good to know. I'll have to check out the new shop. Yep, they finally made the jump from Etsy to a real, to a shop they host themselves, I guess. Which is something I love to do too. I just haven't found the time. I keep promising you guys that I'm going to come up with a website and a shop, and I just have dropped the ball every time. I just have too many other things to do to get videos out and such. But someday soon. I would be too scared to ruin the bird. Oh, it's to be dunked in and dipped in and get all the way down to the pan. That's the goal. is to hit pan. Quick little coffee break so I can move my coffee out of the way of my paintbrushes, because I've almost put my paintbrush in this coffee about 7 different times. So I'm going to move it over here. Okay, so here's my plan for the bow. Looks a little something like this, if we could get the focus, which we never can. There we go. I'm going to try to do that on this side. Eris, welcome. It says, hi Amy and magical friends, late but happy to make it. Beautiful crafting for Apollo, one of my favorites. Oh, like little creative lollies. All right, so we're going to find the middle. Okay, let's see if I can find some silver paint here. Okay, we have a silver acrylic marker. Let's see if it even looks like silver. Oh yeah, that looks nice. My wicked tribe is here. Yay, I'm only a little late. Oh, you're fine. Nobody's ever late. Whenever you pop in is when you pop in. So the myth is that Artemis and Apollo they're twins. They were born. And their mother had been pursued and terrorized by a giant dragon / serpent named Python. And when Apollo was 4 days old, he took his silver bow and killed the python for two reasons. One, because it terrorized his mother while she was pregnant with them. And the other reason being he was delivering the Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi, or the city of Delphi. And that is where his oracle was eventually set up. My son was not nearly so useful at 4 days old. Make cupcakes with colored frosting for inspiration, safer than eating paint. Yes. Okay, we have our outlines here, or our inside filled in. Ruth says, my grocery order is arriving. I'll be back in a few. Okay, we got our basic bow here. Let's let that dry. Judge Zaya says, I was going to say that's some crazy hand dexterity and strength for an infant to pull back a bow. Yeah, I am wondering because was he born like kind of like that Athena sprang fully formed from Zeus's head? Was this a fully formed situation? I have to research that a little bit more to know the answer, unless somebody knows in chat. But, you know, he's shown as a youth pretty much all the time. So a young man is never shown as an old person or a baby. Okay, so let's see how our situation's doing here. That's still drying, so let's work on this side. No, that pen's not going to work out. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll do brown. That is not showing up on camera. Let me see if I can turn it like this. Okay, now you can see it. It's weird what will show up on camera and what won't. Like what I can see and what you guys see is sometimes different. I was going to try and make this into either a sun or a sunflower. There is a myth about the sunflower that relates to Apollo as well, so I was kind of trying to sneak it in. See how those just seem to like disappear? See, I need to get a thinner black pen. I will be right back, you guys. Not sure if this one's going to work, but we can always try. And if it doesn't work, I can look for something else. Jadzia says, Googled it. Apollo was born an infant but grew to maturity within days. Aha. That explains why he was able to go fight a dragon at age 4 days. It's hard to get a straight line when you're drawing on wood, bumpy wood. Okay, so now the question is, can she do the lines for the strings without messing this up? Yee. There we go. Makes more sense than an infant sniping a dragon snake thing. Yep. Okay, we have a lyre. We did it. Heather says, here in Georgia, I hear stories about infants charming snakes, but those stories usually involve someone speaking in tongues. That makes sense. I know this pen is starting to die on me. It doesn't want to write on paint. Too much paint clogging it up. All right. And now I'm going to erase this line and try to make my own line so I don't have a double. hey, one straight line, I can do it. Bam. Not only did he kill the python creature, but it said, I think it said that he had to shoot 100 arrows into it before he killed it. So I'm just showing one silver arrow here, but here's his silver bow with one silver arrow. And here's his golden lyre with a little bit of a nod to the sunflower as well. So we've got our sides done. And now back to the center. Once again, I need to remind myself where this guy's going. Ruth says, I'm back. What did I miss? Let me just show you. So I finished his golden lyre here with a little sunflower on it. And then on the other side, we did a silver bow, the bow that he used to kill python. There. And now we're going to do the center. So we're going to put him there just to see where this goes. That goes there. Like that. So let's glue that in. I'm wondering if I should put any other rhinestones or anything else in the background here before I glue Apollo in himself. I do have a few golden ones. They're all different sizes. Just wasn't sure if I should try and put these guys in the corners or do anything along maybe the, I'm going to put this on the top right here with a silver bow as a little decoration like that. I could also put a couple of these guys just on the sides, just as like decor. Let me zoom out here. Like, you know, just like that. It's kind of like pretty little decorations. They're all different sizes is my problem. I don't have a lot that are the same. So this guy, I think I'm going to also put glitter on this little flower as well. We better put some sparklies on this guy. Quiet Witch's Home says, I love the bow on the flower. Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more sparklies. I just had a charm that was a silver bow and I thought, perfect. I've started to look in my my jewelry making charms each time I make a shrine just to see, hey, is there any little doodads that I could use? Because they've been kind of fun to decorate with in the last few. So I think that will be good. When that dries, it'll be all shiny and sparkly. Maybe I should give it a hand with my my fan. Inka Dinka Doodle is here. Yay! We're doing Apollo. This handsome young man here. I think I'm going to have a sip of coffee while we're drying this piece. Ruth says, I like the sparkle on the sides and I like them with the lyre. Okay, so I'm going to put those guys with the lyre. Don't know if I'm going to use that big one at the bottom though, because I don't have another one that's that size. Inka says, hi everyone, I'm not late, I'm just a late bloomer. Tedzia says, be right back, putting my son's repaired ski pants in the wash. And hello to anybody that I forgot or didn't see pop in. It's heading towards the evening. So is this a night at the Apollo? You're so good, Inka. Between you and Ruth, it's just a lot of funnies in this chat. Okay, it's kind of getting dry. It's not 100% dry, but it's getting there. Let's do these rhinestones, shall we? Somebody said something about going through menopause, and I think it was Heather said it's never too cold where they're at because they're going through menopause, so it's always hot. It's like, you know, there's a reason I have this fan with me all the time, and it's not to dry paint. It just works out well that I'm drying paint with it. I'm such a crazy symmetry person that I can't use a bunch of different sized things. I don't know why I'm so weird. The Purple Potion Master is here. Welcome. Merry meet to you. We're adding some rhinestones. This is where we get all the little spider webby stuff going on. Falling everywhere. Okay, I impressed myself with how small I made those little glue dots. Okay, I got 3 at the bottom, or I should say 4, and 1 at the top. Oh no. This is what I get from my hubris. All right, there we go. Inca says, I didn't watch Night at the Apollo much, but I loved the guy with the broom who'd shoo crummy acts on the stage. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Gonna have to get all these spider webs later. What a mess. Eee, okay. Now the other side's going to be a little harder because it won't sit flat because we put the rhinestones down. Okay. There we go. Maybe we'll put these two like here and here. And there and there. Let's see, are these too big? I think those go. Okay, we've got two small ones and two really small ones. Let's see if we can do this. The Purple Potion Master says, are all the people here witches or some pagans too? I would say both. I would say that some people are tuning in because this is a shrine to a god, so I would say pagan, but most of my stuff on my channel is kind of witchy, so I would say both. We get all kinds around here. Oh, this is going to be good. Uh-oh, there's too much glue on that one. Oof. I think it'll be okay. Okay, it worked out. We got it. This is the stuff I'm talking about when I say it's not planned. I just goof around and figure out how it's going to be in the moment. And that's why this is a one-of-a-kind piece of art. Because we don't even know what it's going to look like until the end of the stream. Well, I will get all these little spider webs off after, much later. Send him with some duct tape just in case. Oh, are we talking about the ski pants? Ski pants? Okay, I think it might be time to put our little guy in here. Ruth says, I have to call my husband. I'll have to check later to see how this shrine turns out. Be safe out there, y'all. Bye, Ruth. See you next time. Okay, so I'm going to glue this baby in. Well, not baby. It was only a baby for 3 days. Day 4, all grown up. Okay. And yes. Oh, I think that looks really good. Very simple. Like the sides are a lot more detailed than the interior. I kind of like the simplicity of it. And let's see, we have this little slide in panel. Red Lorraine says, I made it. I had a huge deadline to finish and I just turned it in. Awesome. We're almost to the end, but we did talk about your paints. The Scarlet Nymph paints with a description, with a link in the description and a discount code. We had those on screen earlier. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put this guy right at the top center, and then I'm going to glue the silver bow right onto it, kind of pointing up and to the right. All right, so let's see if I can get this right in the center. Okay. Nice. Okay. And then my bow. Trying not to burn my fingers, but I'm also trying to get a lot of glue on that. Heather says, congratulations on the website. I'll check it out after the live. Oh yes, I was mentioning that you moved away from Etsy and you did your own site. So many spider webs that I'll have to get later. I do love that teeny tiny bow. Yeah, I'm glad I found that in my jewelry making stuff. It's like, oh, a silver bow, exactly what I need. Removing this back piece of paper is always the hardest. The fact that there's gold glitter on my background accidentally is it's pretty good actually. Let's see if I can zoom out just a little bit more. There we go. We have the golden lyre on one side with our little sunflower. We have the sunburst in the middle, and we have the silver bow on the other side. A little sunflower and a silver bow at the top to open and close. And let me see if I can do my last little bit, which is to make this something it not only sits on your altar, or it can also hang on your wall. So we gotta put that baby in there. So here we go, right in the center. All right, I think that's gonna do it, you guys. I can't believe that I thought I was going to draw this whole scene. I'm glad that I took it down a notch and calmed down and decided to just do a simple bow and lyre. I think it gets the message across. And it sits on your altar like that, or it hangs on your wall, either way. So there is a link in the description if you want to purchase this. It's on my Etsy shop. Well, not a very good way of showing it off. There we go. That was kind of a fast stream. It only took us about an hour and 15 minutes to make this one. I think it's because it has a simple background. And I have to use a paintbrush to get all these little spider webbies off. Yeah, I like how it came out. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was kind of a short one this time, but it was fun. Came out cute. How much glitter did I miss? We just finished up. Yeah, this one's kind of a simple one. We did some rhinestones. We did some glitter on this this flower. We got our lyre. And our bow. Very simple this time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hey, I want to tell you about the next live stream. Is the Plan With Me live stream, which is usually the last Friday of every month. But this month it's going to be on the last Thursday. So we're going to do it on the 29th instead of the 30th, because the 30th I will be out of town, because I am going to be celebrating the 7-year anniversary of the channel. January 30th. This year will be 7 years that the channel has been active. And I do that at Disneyland every year. So if you're going to be at Disneyland on January 30th, let me know and we'll meet up. It might sound crazy, but last time I had a meetup there, somebody just happened to be in town from Canada. So it happens. So yeah, we will not be doing the live stream on the 30th. We will instead be moving it to Thursday the 29th, but it'll still be from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you guys like to hang out with me for my Plan With Me streams, then change your calendar or mark your calendar. Inka says 29th, the last Thursday, I'll be here. Incognito's here. Good night, everybody. Good night. Hello and goodbye. Thank you so much, Incognito. Sorry, I just happened to be starting right when you're popping in. Yes, Apollo and Artemis are twins. And I will be editing my process for making the shrine into a shorter video that has the mythology of Apollo, so that'll be coming out in a couple of days. So it takes me a little bit of time to do the research into all the myths and that kind of stuff, but usually get that out within the week at least. So look for a video on Apollo, and hopefully I'll see you next week at the live stream for planning for the month of February. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the flippity flop.